वाङ्मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्मयेधि वेदस्य मणिस्थ श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासि अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Om. May my speech be firmly established in mind. May the mind too be firmly established in my speech. May there be perfect correspondence between my thoughts, words, and deeds. O self-effulgent divine, shine forth in my consciousness. May the truths of the scriptures come to me. May not what I learn from them ever forsake me. I shall speak what is appropriate. I shall speak the truth. May that protect me. May that protect the teacher. Om, peace, peace, peace. Let us feel that this self-luminous, divine is shining in my consciousness. I am seeing that light. I am that. Everything is that light. Just as every statue in a wax museum is wax, so also that I perceive. From the tiniest atom to the whole universe, all is this light divine. Let me meditate on that, concentrate on that. All is just unbroken ocean of intense luminosity. There is no I and world. Just one without second. No coming or going, no time, no space, no desire. Just unspeakable bliss and peace. Peace, peace, peace. So, dear friends, let us begin the third class on this series on Bodhicaryāvatāra, or Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, a celebrated Buddhist text. And let us start with our opening salutations, opening chant of refuge. Om Buddham Sharanam Gacchami.
Buddham Sharanam Gacchami.
Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami.
Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami.
Sangham Sharanam Gacchami.
Sangham Sharanam Gacchami.
the first chapter that we studied earlier of this wonderful treatise by Shantideva tells the importance of becoming a bodhisattva, a bodhicitta. So bodhicitta and bodhisattva. Bodhicitta is where the mind is now having a resolve to realize the truth and to do everything for that purpose. The attention is now withdrawn from all other things and want to achieve this in life. That is the bodhicitta. And it has been described that, well, there is the intensity varies. Some may have a very little intensity of bodhicitta. There are so many other vibrations that this bodhicitta doesn't have that concentration. The resolve is not that strong then. But by dwelling on it, it increases. By meditating on it, by thinking about it, the intensity grows too. Also, we saw that there are two types in it. One is just non-functional. Yes, I want to realize God, but that want is not making a person move in that direction. It is a static thing, and many of us are like that. That yes, someday I will realize God, but not now. We sometimes that joke is told that in a church the minister said that, okay, of course you can go to God in heaven. Certainly you want to go to heaven. Come on, raise your hands. How many want to go to heaven? And no hand was getting raised. The minister was surprised that why nobody wants to go to heaven. What is this? He asked, why you don't want to go to heaven? And then the members said that, oh, eventually we want, but not right away. We thought that you are asking right away if you want to go to heaven. No, we don't want to go to heaven right away. The primary concern now is to go and fix my air conditioner or some such thing. And then let me see about going to heaven later on, not right away. So it doesn't felt there that this is the thing in life to do. All other things are secondary. So when one feels that I have to do it, now that desire becomes dynamic and you start moving in that direction. So this is the dynamic this bodhicitta. It now has resolved and that resolve has made a change in life. Now this second chapter concerns about that what are the steps that this person takes. So the second chapter title is Purifying the Negativity, all that is not conducive to the going there, that needs to be taken out. So removing the negativity. It is Bodhicitta has some of these, the signs that are described uh, in Sanskrit version of this, original Sanskrit version of this, and the introduction to that it is the perfection in perseverance, that paramita. Paramita. Kshanti means you have to uh, forbear the onslaught of all that happens to you in the world. uh, need not get disturbed by that or stop our spiritual practice because of that. It is very important for spiritual aspirant, because the winds of the worldliness are blowing all around. Things will keep on happening. Well, there is corona today, and that happens. There are times of great happiness, and again mind goes to that. It is not only calamities. Calamities may be an obstacle, but the uh, joyous situations, they are actually more destructive. In the sense, they draw the mind away from this purpose, and we are drawn towards those joyous things in life. Come on, there is something like that happening there, and we need to go there. There is water fire happening in Providence, so let us go there. Now it is not corona or some calamity, but the mind gets pulled away from this path. So there has to be this spirit of forbearance of both the pleasant and the unpleasant, and persevere on the path. Then the second is the application of energy in that direction. It should not be allowed to fritter away. Concentration of all the powers at our disposal uh, towards this goal, that is called Virya Paramita. Virya means power or energy. All the energy needs to be focused towards this goal of life. So, and the third is the holding on to the highest knowledge, the goal, that is called Prajna Paramita. So, it is, we saw that the Bodhisattva, the root word is Buddh in Sanskrit, which means awareness, uh, consciousness. It is, or the secondary derivation of that is knowledge, is called bodh. You become aware of something, and so now the bodh is an abstraction of all that we are aware of. Every awareness. For example, I am aware of this microphone, this book, this hall, so many of you sitting in the hall. I am also aware of the time, and so forth. So it is that awareness now of this, now combine all of them. Remove the particulars, and thus you get the principle of awareness, that is bodha. It is like, this is how we do our understanding, our science is this abstraction. Like we use the word wood. Now this chair is wood, that chair is wood, that chair is wood, that other furniture here, that is wood, this cabinet is wood, all this is wood. Now it is, you remove the particulars of chair or the desk or the cabinet, and then you get the principle called wood. So similarly both, these are bubbles of this principle or the ocean of consciousness or both, that it appears as a chair, appears as the Swami, appears as Charlie, and so forth. So both is that ocean of all these separate uh, vibrations of awareness. So that is bodha. And so the one who wants to realize it feels this, the mind is concentrated on this. It is the bodhicitta wants to live the life like that. And one very important, or rather first aspect of this, is to be conscious that I don't have it. It is, you want to get something means you should be knowing that I don't have it. That is why I have to get it. And that is the impurities, that I want purity, I want to remove everything, and that is obstacle to realizing this truth. There are so many obstacles, and all obstacles are born out of ignorance. So the wonderful thing here is, in this chapter, is that surrender. You surrender yourself, because that is the smothering of ego. The ignorance gives us this division of I and the world, and I becomes a prominent thing in our life. I am such and such, I do like this, I want this, I like this, I don't like this. So this needs to be surrendered. Ego has to be surrendered. It is strangely enough that it is the ego itself obstructs this idea of surrendering it. It surrenders itself very easily before the objects of enjoyment. But it does not surrender to the source of enlightenment. There is the source of enlightenment, and that appears in various ways. So it is important in this particular chapter to be aware of all the problems that the ego is creating before us. And so the solution is none other but to surrender. When you read this, you get it. We will take only a few verses of this, because it's a long chapter, but we can get the essence of it. To maintain this precious mind of bodhicitta, I make excellent offerings to the oceans of good qualities, the Buddhas, the stainless jewels of the holy Dharma, and the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. I make this offering. Offering is made with great humility. I offer this to you. So, however many flowers and fruits there are, and all the different types of medicine, all the jewels there are in the world, and all the pure refreshing waters, mountains of jewels, forest groves, and quiet and joyful places, heavenly trees, adorned with flowers, and trees whose branches hang with delicious fruits. Saints that come from the celestial realms, incense, wish-granting trees, and jeweled trees. Harvests that need no cultivation, and all ornaments that are suitable to be offered, lakes and pools adorned with lotuses, and the beautiful call of the wild geese, everything that is unowned throughout all worlds, as extensive as space. Holding these in my mind, I offer them well to the Supreme Beings, the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. O compassionate ones, holy objects of offering, think of me kindly and accept what I offer. It is with great humility that the offering is made. This offering is not out of the sense of pride or being somebody who is a big person, and by in taking compassion on somebody is giving some alms to that person, not in that sense, but offering with the spirit of total humility. This is all is yours. This is all I am giving with humility. Please accept this. So, it is lacking merit, I am destitute and have nothing else that I can offer. Therefore, O protectors who think of the welfare of others, please accept these for my sake. What can we give? It is nothing. We don't have anything. Or therefore offering doesn't cost me anything, because I don't own anything. If it is something that I own and I am giving, that is, I will lose that. But I don't have anything. All is yours. And so offering it, it does not cost me anything except that crushes my ego. It is true that none of us own anything, even what we call my body. I don't own it at all. It is a false feeling that I own it. It is, it can be owned by, say, corona or something, who knows. There are so many different bacteria and viruses, they combine and we call it body, and then associate ego with it, that it is my body. Because we feel that we have some semblance of control over it, but not much. So we offer that. This offering is really the killing of ego, removing of this ego. So one should feel this. Being completely under your care, I will benefit living beings with no fear of samsara. I will purify my previous evils, and in future I will commit no more. This is resolve. But due to ignorance, if the ignorance is there, the evil gets committed due to ignorance. That is the source of all evil. So, it may appear to be a good deed, externally speaking, or a bad deed. But in both cases, since it is out of ignorance, ultimately it is evil. So, therefore, one has to become aware of that. That many think that, well, I have done many bad deeds, so let me do some good deeds to efface the effect of the bad deeds. And that also, in a worldly sense, that may have some, relevance. But spiritually speaking, both are being done with the ignorance, that is the wrong idea that this I am real and separate from other real, that is the world. This world is real, I am real, I am giving this donation to this world, and the world should therefore respect me. It is also there is because of ignorance, this idea automatically springs up. One does not express it, but there is this idea that I have given to this person, and so this person, when I want, should give it to me back. This is an automatic idea. That is why when it doesn't happen, a person is put to a lot of mental torture, that I did so much to this fellow. For this person, I spent a lot of my hard-earned money and also worked so much for this person. But now, see, has forgotten everything. It is, and that person, therefore, this fellow who thinks that he did everything, is under so much torture. His idea that I have done so much good keeps on visiting and revisiting, and every time inflicting more torture. And therefore, to have peace, there are that is that fourfold formula, that do not remember these two things. What bad somebody did to you, don't think about it. It was effect of your karma. You don't blame the mailman for bringing $1,000 bill to you to be paid. No, it is just something that you spent. Somebody sent the bill, the mailman brought it. So similarly, nobody does anything bad to us. It is the effect of our karma. Never hold on to it. That forget it. That's it. And don't remember whatever good you did to anybody. Very difficult, Both of these, understanding is easy, practicing is not so easy. It is that little something bad somebody has done without even intention of doing it, and we keep on thinking about it for years. That fellow did this to me. Do you remember what you did to me? Now it is a torture that is inflicted on us. And good thing, it is, you remember what good I did to you. So it is every time we think, we torture ourselves with that. So one should never ever think of it. So it is He continues here in this train, but then now it is, we will take only. Eternally I will offer to the able ones exquisite jewels, uh, parasols held up, aloft, with pleasing shapes and handles of gold, and rims embellished with beautiful ornaments. So all this is being given, uh, and also all the virtues, all my dharma jewels, they also need to be offered. Uh, so just as Manjushri, these are the names of the uh, uh, Buddha. The Buddha, as we saw, is not a person, but uh, that awareness, that enlightened awareness is Buddha. So that is one of its expression is Manjushri, another is Avalokiteshvara, and so forth. And also one mentioned here is uh, uh, Samantabhadra, and yes, Samantabhadra is another, means is the auspicious in every way. That is the Samantabhadra. So I offer all that I have to these conquerors. They have attained victory over the uh, these uh, ignorance and tendencies that come due to ignorance. They have defeated all that. So salutations to them. What happens is we thus become, in a way, we inspire the feeling of compassion in them, and thus we get that from them. So do I make offerings to the Sugatas. Again, that Sugata means the one who has walked on the path in a very well manner. Gata means gone. Sugata means gone in the right direction, in the right manner. So Sugata. So the protectors, and to the Bodhisattvas, to these oceans of good qualities I offer a melodious ocean of praise. So, to all the Buddhas abiding in the three times, the Dharma and the Supreme Assembly, I prostrate with as many emanated bodies as there are atoms in all the worlds. ah, a very poetic expression, and not easy to feel, that all that we see in the world, it is actually our body. So with all that I am prostrating before you, it is, this world is in my brain. So it's everything I offer before you. So I prostrate with as many emanated bodies as there are atoms in all the worlds. I prostrate to the basis for generating bodhicitta, to the images of Buddha's body, speech and mind, to the abbots and preceptors, and to the supreme practitioners on the path. I prostrate before them. This prostration is a symbolic representation of surrendering the ego. It is very difficult to surrender this ego. That is why the practice of prostration is prescribed. That prostrate before these, so that your ego gets crushed. Our egos are of so much expression is given to ego. Even as we get the ego that I am the most humble person in this universe. Who is more humble than me? So it is. Uh, so this is by the practice, not a mock practice. Truly one should learn to prostrate this until I attain the essence of great enlightenment. I will go for the refuge to the Buddhas. Likewise, I will go for the refuge to Dharma and to the assembly of Bodhisattvas. That is what we did, that Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. With my palms pressed together, I make request to those endowed with great compassion, the perfect Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas who abide throughout the 10 directions. They are present everywhere. In all the 10 directions they are, and so I prostrate in all the 10 directions to them. Now, some verses are about, they how much impure I am. See, this is not to be taken as the increasing the guilt feeling. No, but it is there to be removed. It is like when we have to clean the clutter, we must be aware of it first of all, otherwise how can we remove it? And the guilt feeling is a very different thing. It keeps on, without removing the clutter, we keep on mourning on the clutter. Oh, so much clutter. Oh, so much clutter. So I have done so much sin. I have done so much sin. That is not the idea here. The idea is very important, to be aware of this big problem in life. We are not aware about it, and so cleaning becomes difficult. It is for some people, I am included in them, that things appear to be quite okay. There is nothing is clean, but it looks all clean, isn't it? It is, but there are people whose eyes are different. They see, hey, it is all dirty here, it is not at all done well and needs to be cleaned, so they clean. And then I see difference. Wow, yeah, it was done like that. It is once when I was away, somebody here that said that I will clean your room, and that gentleman removed everything. That he was very young then, so removed everything and cleaned everything with such meticulous effort. When I came back, is it the room that I lived in? It looks so different. So, one must be aware that it is not clean to make it clean. Otherwise, well, everything is clean. It is. Now, in the school, in villages, they tell, speak the language correctly, but they don't think that what they are speaking is incorrect. So what to correct now? So it is, the correcting depends on our knowing that it is incorrect. So from that angle one should say that there are all these impurities. So the first problem is, because this world seems to be real, we think that everything is permanent. We do not realize the impermanence of these things. So, through that we commit so many mistakes, and they are sins. They need not be very bad acts like murdering somebody. But because of the inherent ignorance in that, all that is conducive to only going away from this ultimate realization of Bodha. So we do not go towards the knowledge unless we clear this. The effects of ignorance in our life are very, very overpowering, but we fail to see it. So let us try to see it. So that firstly we do not become aware of the death. We as such theoretically know that I am going to die, but uh, that doesn't really pinch us. Oh, I am quite young now, the death is far away. How do you know that you are far away from death? Is there a guarantee that you will live that long? One young man, when he wanted to take to monastic life, and somebody told one relative, oh, these things, you are too young now. Wait till you become old. Now you can enjoy the good things, nice things in the world. When you become old, then you can do that. This man replied, this young boy replied, can you guarantee me that I will live to become old? You can't guarantee at all. It is so many incidents like that happen that some die even before coming out of mother's womb, they die. Some die as very little young, and some do not die even they are 120. So it's like that. There is no guarantee that you will die at this hour. So therefore, always be prepared that the death could be next moment. It is, we keep on forgetting this in our life. We theoretically here we know it, that the death can come any moment, but we are not aware of it here. That is in the Mahabharata story, this has been told by the King Yudhishthira, that this is the biggest wonder, that every time we see that the people are dying around us, the creatures, they come and go, and yet we somehow feel that I am going to survive throughout, I am not going to die. So what can be more wondrous than that, this more astonishing than that? So, but I might die before I purify all my negativities. Oh, please protect me so that I may surely and swiftly be freed from them. Since the untrustworthy Lord of Death will not wait while I purify my evils. You can't tell Lord of Death, oh, wait, let me purify. Then it won't wait. Let us remember this, it doesn't wait. Regardless of whether I am sick or not that first you have to fall sick and then die. No, a healthy person can die. The momentary life is unreliable. It is so momentary you cannot rely on it. But we keep on committing sins, means wrong actions, thinking that there is still lot of time. It is when it comes close to death, then I will mend my ways. Till then, there is still time to enjoy. Let us make merry. When the death comes, we will see what to do about it. So, I shall have to leave everything, all that I consider very dear, mine, my close relations, my friends, and all that I have been thinking as my. Nothing is going to be with me. It is uh, useless to think that they are mine. Very wrong. They don't accompany you. There is a saying in Sanskrit, Artha Grihe Tishtanti, that all that your accumulated jewelry and money and everything, when you die, it does not follow you, it remains there. And the uh, relatives and friends and all, they will go up to funeral home, up to that, that cremation ground. That's it. Smashane mitra bandhavaha. Nobody goes beyond that. So know that it is that they are very impermanent. They, like the dream, this says, just like an experience in a dream, everything I now enjoy will become a mere recollection, for what has passed cannot be seen again. Even during this brief life, many friends and others have passed away. But the unbearable results of the evil I have committed for their sake still lie ahead of me. What does not leave us is all this karma that carries on. Thus, through failing to realize that I shall suddenly die, I have committed many evils out of ignorance, attachment, and anger. Remaining still, neither day nor night, this life is continuously slipping away and never increases in duration. So why should death not come to one such as me? It will come to me. Why should it not come? Could come any moment. Even if, as I lie on my deathbed, I am surrounded by friends and relatives, I alone shall have to experience the feeling of my life being severed. It is, nobody else would know. People shed tears and whatever. There is a story that one lady was just talking to a child. Oh, you look so nice, you are so pretty. And then, can you give me a kiss? Oh, that child obliged. And then, do you love me? Yes, I love you. Will you cry when I love? Yes, I will cry when will you cry when I die? And that the little child said, yes, yes, I will cry, I will weep when you die. Is it so? You will weep when I die? And then she asked, please show me how you will weep. And then this little girl says, first die. First die, then I will show. It is not possible otherwise. So, likewise, I sincerely go for the refuge. We read that. Yeah, it is. It is unwise to indulge in pleasures thinking, at least I shall not die today. It is you are committing a sin, in the sense that an ignorance out of this ignorance gives rise to this idea that that is an object of enjoyment and I will enjoy it. Uh, Till then, at least I will not die. Maybe one more day is assured. After all, this it will not come so suddenly. So it is unwise. This a bodhicitta tells this is unwise to think, to indulge in pleasures, thinking at least I shall not die today, for without doubt the time will come when I shall become nothing. It is all is gone, nothing. So who will grant me fearlessness? How can I be freed from these fears? If I shall inevitably become nothing, how can I continue to indulge? This thought has to become prominent in a bodhisattva. That is the cleansing agent. The cleansing agent, like when something is impure, you add something to clean it, and cleansing agent. Our Naomi likes to use what is that, Windex? So spray Windex and then scrub it. So this is that kind of cleansing agent. That why shall I go to add more dirt, more sin to my life by imagining that these things are real? They are all subject to death. This body is subject to death. So, knowing this, the life of such a person then changes. That it is not real. You see this, that it is not real. So there is no idea of enjoying it at all. So the sin is this, that we proceed to such actions, we commit such actions by which this veil of ignorance, instead of getting reduced or getting thin, goes on becoming thicker. And so this is told here, if when I depart from this life and from my friends and relatives, I must wander all alone, why commit non-virtue for the sake of friends and enemies? Do not commit anything that is born of unvirtue. So, how can I definitely be freed from non-virtue, the source of all suffering? It is non-virtue. So that is what makes us suffer. Throughout day and night, I should think only about this, cleansing this awareness, cleansing this, that there is something worth enjoying here. There is nothing worth enjoying anywhere. This is the cleansing agent. Now this is very enjoyable, this is nice, and this is out of ignorance, and therefore it is sin. So that is how a bodhisattva sees that this is to be cleansed. This is all the life that we are doing, living. Because of ignorance, it accumulates this all dirt around. It is dirt. So to be seen like that is important. Otherwise we keep on accumulating more and more. So this is the cleansing, that this is dirt, this awareness, and so you don't go for it. It is when you think that it is nice, beautiful, dear, and I must possess it, I must get it for my enjoyment, and then naturally you get that, and that is dirt. You become dirty by doing that. But suppose you see the truth, as we see the truth, that that uh, apple that I am seeing is not real. There is no sin involved there. Like I had that nice big Easter bunny. I didn't know that it is a candy. I thought it is just a nice showpiece wrapped in a very nice golden foil. So I kept it on the TV just as a nice decoration. But there was no thought that it is to be eaten. But our some volunteers they knew, and so now and then going in front of my room and peeping that am I breaking and distributing it or not. It's quite a big piece. So one day a volunteer could not just keep on looking at it, asked, Swami, when are you? It is just distributing the candy, that Easter bunny. Easter bunny? Oh, it is almost now Christmas and you have not. So it is what? It is. Where is the candy? No, that is actually candy covered by. Oh, so the awareness change. So if the awareness that it is something to be eaten, then you go towards it. If the awareness is not like that, you won't go for that. So when the awareness is that there is nothing worth enjoying here, you don't go for it. Naham atra bhogyam pashyami. The Indra and Virochana, that story is very famous. That when Indra was being told that this you are that Atman, when he saw that this is not what I am, I don't see anything worth possessing here. I must go and get more knowledge. So goes back to Prajapati to learn more. So this is to be told to ourselves that there is nothing worth enjoying here. So with my palms pressed together and my mind fearful of suffering, prostrating myself again and again, I confess them all before the protectors, that yes, in ignorance I committed all these. This is the actual meaning of confession in Christianity, is that thus you become free from it. It doesn't mean a license to keep on doing it again. That is what it then happens, that okay, I confess, now I am freed from it, I am ready to accumulate more. So it is I request all the holy beings to free me from all my wills and faults, and since these bring only harmful results in future, I will not commit them again. So here this resolve, it is expressed that I will not do it again. So because this is all, when we are pinchingly aware that it only brings bad things to us, we will not go for it again. It is you eat something and got stomach colic, and then you don't go to eat it again. No, it's not good for me. I won't eat it again. Even our Charlie, no, no, son, it is, I cannot handle it, I won't eat it. Very clear about it, because it brings harm to me. So with that knowledge that this is harmful to me, makes me not go into it. So this world is not good for me. My enjoying and going for its enjoyment, it hurts me. So therefore I will not go for it. And this uh, awareness makes us free from sin and cleanses us. So this is how the bodhicitta, it cleans the mind. And then the third chapter that we shall take up next Tuesday, and that is about generating the engaging bodhicitta. That I had mentioned earlier, that there is the non-engaging bodhicitta. Means, yeah, okay, yes, I know I am divine and all that, but I will look into it later sometimes, maybe sometimes. It is. So, there is no urgency that is felt. Engaging bodhicitta means the urgency is there. So, now I must do it. The in Vedanta Sar, the expression of this urgency is given as it where that if somebody's head is on fire, uh, if house is on fire, you have to really put out that fire urgently. But how much more urgently if your head is on fire, then you don't say that let me complete this email and then no, right now you have to, with what urgency that fellow will rush towards the body of water. How will that? So similarly this person, when sees that no, there is no time to be lost, that becomes engaged in it. The train is leaving, no time, just you run and get that with all your life, as it were. You start running and get engaged, catch that train. So this is the engaging bodhicitta with the awareness of that urgency. Now I must do it. So, any questions about today's discussion?
What does paramita mean?
Paramita means excellence. So, there are three types of excellences mentioned. Excellence in perseverance. Then the excellence in, what is it? Let me see. The excellence in application is concentration, and the excellence in this knowledge, prajna paramita. So it is that virya paramita and prajna paramita. So paramita means excellence.
And is the entire text in like the first, what do you call that? First case, meaning I. It's like not like it should be done like that, but it's like I am doing this, then I am doing.
Yeah.
It's in the
It
first
is.
case.
In
First person.
First person.
Yeah.
No, it is not everything is like that. But yes, it is the experience or the feeling of being a sadhaka is mentioned here, the aspirant. So I, having this bodhicitta, that is how it is told in first person. That means I have to act. The idea is I have to act. And there is other way of putting this should be done like this, means by somebody, not me. No, it is. My teacher used to say, in schools, that it is should be done. One should say, speak truth, and all this is that's not that you must say I must speak the truth. It is not that truth should be spoken. It becomes in Sanskrit it is called vidyartha. Means it is a vidhi, it is just a statement of should be and must be and so forth. But a first person, I must become like that, I must do it, that is important, It is the streets must be clean, means somebody else must be doing it, not me. So, therefore, the first person becomes important from that angle. Yeah. So let us conclude. Any question there?
No.
Okay. Let us conclude with the prayers. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami.
Buddham Sharanam Gacchami.
Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami.
Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami.
Sangham Sharanam Gacchami.
Sangham Sharanam Gacchami.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. One announcement. In January, Joan Chadbourne had passed away, a very close devotee and who stayed here for a long time. And so a memorial service for her is arranged on coming Sunday at 5 p.m. So you are all, if possible, do come, and you can confirm RSVP by calling here, or you can email also to us that yes, I want to come. It is just for the convenience of arranging food and so forth. So, okay then.
Did you let Gary Katz know it's at 5 o'clock?
Do I have his contact? I don't know.
Uh,